Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. In this video, we are going to be doing and looking at PvP poke rankings and battles for the new Nightmare Cup, and we're going to be specifically focusing on Drapion. So, to start this off here, we are going to be going into the PvP poke portion of the video and looking at Drapion's ranking amongst the meta here for the Nightmare Cup and how it does as just like a general pick here. So let's go to the Nightmare Cup here, and we will find Drapion at 27th here. I personally think it should be ranked a lot higher, but this rank is fooling you guys. Please don't allow this rank to make you like not want to use Drapion less, because trust me guys, it is a spammer and it is a shield pressure Pokemon and shield baiting Pokemon. So it comes in at number 27th here. You can run Infestation or Bite. Poison Sting isn't really a viable moveset here. Infestation is the really fast charge gaining move, and Bite is a very low energy gain move, but it does a ton of fast quick damage to people who aren't able to switch quick enough, and it will tear through any of the like Zatus or Hypnos, any of like the psychic type Pokemon within the meta. And for charge moves, you're going to want Aqua Tail, which is extremely spammy. It only costs, I believe, 35 energy. Sludge Bomb is also really good, and Crunch is also really good. I use Aqua Tail and Crunch. Crunch to hit those Bronzong, Zatus, Hypnos, all those with super effective damage, and Aqua Tail to do the okay damage, but it's very spammy. And I don't think anything in the meta resists it besides Poliwrath and Shiftry, I believe. I believe those are the only real Pokemon in the meta that resist Aqua Tail. So let's take a look here at its key matchups. It's going to be very good against Shiftry because of the Infestation doing super effective damage to Shiftry's grass subtyping here. And then it's going to be able to beat Spiritomb out with either Crunch or Aqua Tail. Same thing with Zatu. Crunch is going to be doing that super effective damage. Same here with Bronzong. Crunch is going to be doing super effective damage. Same there with Bite. If you run Bite, you're going to win against Spiritomb, Zatu, and Bronzong much harder than with your Infestation. And then with Skuntank, it's going to be quite an even matchup, but you should be able to come out on top in certain scenarios. And then we can see top counters here are Lucario, because that fighting damage and those power punches are too strong for Drapion here. Hitmonchan, same thing. Poliwrath, same thing. Toxicroak was one of the main counters for it in the Twilight Cup, so that's a very well-known matchup there, I'm sure. And then Machoke, surprisingly. So let's go to the battle section. Let's see how Drapion does against the overall meta here. In custom Nightmare Cup meta. And here we go. We got top 16 Pokemon from the meta. And let's say we're going to run Infestation, Aqua Tail, and Crunch. So in the no shield scenario, it's actually going to be in the bottom half of the meta with 0 shields. It's a much better Pokemon with shields, basically, and it's going to win 37.5%, aka 6 wins and then 8 losses, and then 2 draws. So it's going to be doing very well against Hypno once again with the Bite and Crunch, or even the Infestation. That will also be doing super effective damage, since Bug is super effective against the Psychic typing that Hypno has. And then Spiritomb, it's just going to beat it with those crunches. Even though the crunches won't be super effective They're going to be a neutral, but they do a bunch of damage there. While Drapion is going to be resisting those ominous winds and shadow balls. Xatu, obviously, it's going to beat. It has the typing over it, and it has the bulk over Xatu there. It's going to beat Shiftry. It'll beat Alolan Muck, Raichu. You know, Alolan Raichu with its weakness to Dark and its squishiness. Bronzong, it's actually a tie. Pretty interesting. Drapion, obviously, mirror match tie. It's going to lose to Skuntank because of that flamethrower damage. Claydol, it's going to lose to because it has Earthquake. Raticate, Umbreon, Poliwrath, Lucario, Hitmonchan, Toxicroak. That's pretty much wraps it up there. And then with one shield apiece, its wins and losses are actually tied at 7 each, and then 2 draws. This time it will be Claydol, interesting because of the Aqua Tail spam. That's going to burn shields, leaving them weak and shieldless usually. Bronzong, going to get beat again. Hypno, Xatu, Shiftry, Spiritomb. It'll actually beat Skuntank here with 1 shield each. I'm assuming with the shield bait. And then it ties with Alolan Muck in itself. It's going to lose to Alolan Raichu. It's going to lose to Umbreon, Raticate, Alolan Raticate to be specific, Toxicroak, Poliwrath, Hitmonchan, Lucario. So all these fighters it basically has 0 chance against. It won't be doing very effective damage at all. The only thing that might do neutral is Aqua Tail, and that's only to certain fighting types. And now here we go with 2 shields each. So look at this. It's going to win 9 matchups and lose 6. It's going to draw it in 1. It's going to beat Bronzong heavily, Claydol heavily, Hypno heavily, Spiritomb quite a bit. Shiftry, it's a soft win. Xatu, it's an even softer win. And as you can see, Umbreon is a victory now for it. Alolan Muck is a slighter victory. Alolan Raichu is a victory now. Interesting. It's going to lose to Skuntank harder now, though. Obviously, it's going to lose to Alolan Raticate with the Hyper Fang doing that. I believe it's 1 times damage, so neutral. Toxicroak obviously is going to beat it. The fighting moves are too strong. Counter is too strong. And so is the ground charge moves and the fighting charge moves. Poliwrath will be victorious, so we'll Hitmonchan and Lucario. So, yeah, that is all of the stats on PvPoke and how it does in certain matchups. I hope you guys take Drapion into consideration, as I have. I believe it's really good, and let's move right into the battle portion of the video with Drapion. Hey guys, and welcome to the battle portion of the Power of Drapion video. Let's get right into these battles and show you guys what the purpose of Drapion is in the Nightmare Cup here. So we have a bunch of battles with you for you guys against our opponent, Triple E Finn. And here we're going to start off with Drapion against Alolan Raichu. That is a positive matchup for us, so we're going to swap out. Or, well, he's going to swap out, into Umbreon. We're going to swap into Toxicroak here to do super effective counter damage. And we're going to hit it off with this charge attack there. And he's going to hit us with Foul Play. So we're just going to charge some energy. We do have a Sludge Bomb and a Mud Bomb ready. But that Gallade comes in, so we don't have much time to use anything but the Sludge Bomb. And now we're going to come in with Alolan Raichu here. We're going to tank that Leaf Blade, which might have been a mistake, but that's okay. We're going to get off this Thunder Punch there, force their last shield, and we were nearly able to get 1 more there. But now here comes Drapion for the cleanup. We just used 1 Aqua Tail, and yeah, here comes the Alolan Raichu back in it, and we're going to crunch it. And that will KO Alolan Raichu there. So, as you guys saw, I was able to force a shield with the Drapion, or no, force a shield with the Alolan Raichu, and then come in with Drapion with a bunch of extra energy, and I was able to finish off a Gallade and an Alolan Raichu without shields. So Drapion is definitely a strong Pokemon when the opponent is unshielded, because those barrages of Aqua Tails really add up, and so do the crunches. So here we have Alolan Muck versus Drapion, which we can consider positive depending on shields. We thought that was going to be a Dark Pulse, so we do block, but it was actually a Sludge Wave, and we're going to hit it with Aqua Tail. We're going to get off another Aqua Tail here. Infestation charges just so quickly. It gains a lot of energy, and that now there they hit us with Dark Pulse. So we don't shield that, but we are each at one shield, and we do have extra energy. So Gallade comes in. We're going to hit it with an Aqua Tail there. We're going to force a shield, and look at that. We have another Aqua Tail. So Drapion is quite the monster when it has that infestation, guys. But here we have Alolan Muck against Gallade. We're going to block that close combat. They're going to come in with this Umbreon. We're going to hit this with an Acid Spray there, and immediately, well, we're going to actually let that Foul Play do damage to our Muck so that our Gallade can come in here and clean up. While Umbreon's defense is lowered. So as you can see, we were almost able to get off that last Leaf Blade. And here comes our Muck taking another Foul Play here. Muck is just such a beast, and here comes Gallade with very little HP, and we clean that up. And then their Umbreon comes back in, and we finish the game. So GG's there. As you can see, Drapion puts in a lot of work. It forces a lot of shields, and it does a lot of damage to unshielded opponents like Alolan Raichu. Like pretty much the entire meta, without shields, is going to get wrecked by Aqua Tails. Eventually, they will definitely add up. So, if you're in a positive matchup in a round and you have Drapion, you can just stay in there as long as you want. Just farm up 3 Aqua Tails and then switch out, and then boom, when it comes back in, you have 3 Aqua Tails ready to go. So here we actually have an unfavorable matchup against Toxie. We're going to switch out and let that Gardevoir take that hit, or Gallade, I mean. And he's going to come in with a Alolan Raticate. So we're going to just Leaf Blade. We're going to chunk it down a little bit. We are actually going to block this. Yep, so that we can get off this next Leaf Blade and force a shield. And they do shield, so that's good for us. We are even on shields now, and this is my lineup where I'm using 2 poison dark types. I don't know, I really like how Alolan Muck works with its stat debuffs. I really enjoy that. And as you can see, we're going to lose this Drapion here to Toxicroak, but it did a lot of work there. Now our Muck can come in, and here we're actually going to hit off Acid Spray first to burn the shield, making them think it was Arc Pulse, and now we're going to go in for the banger right after this Psyshock. So we are lucky it doesn't have Shadow Ball, but we still would have survived that, I believe. We just wanted to make sure to kill that Hypno before it can get to a Focus Blast, I believe. Yeah, it runs Focus Blast, but his was not Legacy. Well, it was Legacy, but it wasn't the very useful Legacy of Shadow Ball. So here we're going to go in with Gallade, Alolan Muck, and Drapion. I really like Gallade because although it does get hit by Confusion users pretty hard, it is not taking super effective damage from Dark because it is part fighting. So that's pretty interesting there. It's pretty it's a unique Confusion user opposed to all the rest that are weak to Dark. So we're going to switch out of that matchup after that first Leaf Blade into our Drapion here. He's going to switch into a Alolan Raichu, but here's the thing. We're going to Shield Bait with Aqua Tail, pretend it's a Crunch, and do we get it? We do, so that's fantastic. And now we're going to go in with Crunch, and boom. We get him there with Crunch. That's the power of Drapion's shield baiting strategy. Yeah, if you guys can do this, you're guaranteed to do well in a tournament, I would believe, as long as you shield bait correctly. And now it's going to be Skuntank versus Alolan Muck. We're going to hit the Acid Spray. Make them burn their last shield. And then switch into Gallade here to get that Leaf Blade to do some good damage. And then come back in with Muck to secure the victory in a second here. So yeah, we're going to hit this Dark Pulse and we're going to clean up that Skuntank. So I hope you guys are learning how to use Drapion and what it can really do. For those of you who don't use Drapion and don't really know much about how it works in the meta, this is, in my opinion, a good example of how you can use it in this cup. I do think I missed a huge opportunity for Twilight, because in Twilight I used Skuntank and I didn't really enjoy Skuntank at all. And now that we get Nightmare and now that I'm testing Drapion, it's like, man, I wish I used this back then. I really do. I missed out. But here we have Drapion versus Alolan Raichu. So we know those Thunder Punches are going to do quite a bit. So we're going to shield that. And this time go for Crunch to bait that shield. They switch into Lucario. And we're going to switch into Toxicroak here. This is a very positive matchup as long as we shield that Shadow Ball, which we predicted correctly there. But now we're going to get switch locked against a Hypno. But we are going to go off with a bang and hit the Hypno for some decent chunk damage with the Sludge Bomb. And now we're going to come in with Alolan Raichu to try to burn that last shield. So Alolan Raichu, again, has very good shield pressure. And we do actually burn it. We know that Psyshock wouldn't do much damage. If he did have Shadow Ball, though, we would have been toast there. But our Drapion would have been able to farm the rest of the way with Infestation. So here we have that preloaded Crunch already, and we're going to knock out that Alolan Raichu and take the win there. So as you guys can see, Drapion is very good against opponents with no shields in like the very last battle. Within like the end game, essentially, of each battle, as long as you have preloaded energy and one or two preloaded charge moves, and they don't have any shields, you have a pretty good chance to win. Especially if they don't have any energy gained already. So here we're up against Umbreon. This is an okay matchup. We do have to block certain things, but we're not going to block that Foul Play because, I don't know, we like the shield pressure we're putting on here. Foul Play really doesn't do enough damage to make me want to burn a shield. So they're going to switch into Bronzong here. Clever switch. And then we switch into Toxicroak. That was so dumb of me. I thought he was going to bring in his own Toxicroak or something else. Something not Bronzong. Because as you can see, we just knock it out there with Crunch. I mean, who can really blame me for switching into it there? I was expecting a mirror match or something. To be completely honest. I don't think he knew at the time that Bronzong was weak to Drapion. Or maybe he did, and maybe it was just like a bad switch. But yeah. We're going to lose this game here against Alolan Muck. That Dark Pulse is going to finish us off. We needed to get to Wild Charge there. A Thunder Punch wouldn't do it, I don't think. But yeah, guys, just make sure you see what their Pokemon is before you switch. Like, I even allowed myself some time to think there to what I'm switching to, but my brain still, for some reason, thought Toxicroak was the counter to Bronzong. Well, it was more of my brain was expecting a different Pokemon, not Bronzong, or not like a Psychic type in general, because usually Drapion will beat the Psychic types, but he still switched into one there. So I don't know. It was a mindfuck. But yeah, here we are with a Drapion v Drapion mirror match. We're going to hit the first Aqua Tail, which is a good sign, meaning we probably have charge move priority here. We're going to hit the second Aqua Tail. Boring Drapion matches. And we are going to hit the last Aqua Tail, and I believe he blocks here. Yes, he does. Interesting. So we're just going to let our Drapion go down and farm a tad bit of energy with Alolan Raichu. We actually get half or slightly more than half of a Thunder Punch. So here comes his Bronzong. We're going to hit that Thunder Punch off. We could have actually went Wild Charge there since he didn't shield, but we're going to go in with another one. We are able to get his last shield down, and now we are ready to sweep with Alolan Raichu. And he comes in with Honchkrow, so interesting pick there. And yeah, we're basically going to finish this Honchkrow off, so very, very underwhelming pick there. As you guys saw, it really didn't do much at all. Yeah, Honchkrow is just too squishy. Its attack stat is just way too high for Great League. It's too attack heavy, it's attack based, you know. It doesn't have like any bulk whatsoever. As you guys saw, counters were neutral damage there, but it was still chunking away. So yeah, this is my reveal of my 6. I really do like this line, even though I have two poison and dark, or however you want to call it. But yeah, here we open Gallade against Toxie, and this is a matchup where everything went invisible. So let's actually just play this out, guys. You're gonna be amazed to see what happens here. So we realize we're facing an Alolan Raticate by its moves, and we're just gonna pull out Drapion here and get these Aqua Tails off. Okay, and there we go. Drapion's dead. So let's see here. We know it's Alolan Raticate, so we're gonna bring in our Gallade here. We're gonna charge this Leaf Blade off. He's gonna use another charge move, so we're gonna block that as well. And now we see the Alolan Raticate faint there. Now whatever comes in next, we're gonna hit with a Leaf Blade. And we literally have no idea who we're facing right now, so we're just praying our Gallade can live, and it's able to get off another Leaf Blade. And that was a Gallade, guys. We were facing a Gallade mirror match. And now here we have Xatu out against Unknown. Here we go. We finally know it's Toxicroak, and then we hit off an Aerial Ace, and boom, we win the game. I can't even joke about this. Like I literally played this out and somehow still won. I hope you guys found that enjoyable, that little match there. When I was playing this out, I was dying. I couldn't believe I won that, not even being able to see what Pokemon they had. I was just praying. Gallade seemed to do a lot of damage there. I don't know what happened, but Gallade seemed to do a lot there. Yeah, I hope you guys found that comedic. But here we go with Eradicate again. We're going to hit off this Aqua Tail. We're not going to block this Hyper Fang, but we're going to make a quick switch into Toxicroak to finish off that Alolan Raticate. He's going to bring in Chimecho, so we're going to go for a Sludge Bomb here. And he doesn't block, unfortunately, so yeah, but we're going to come back in with Drapion, I believe. Yes, we are. We're going to try to get that last shield down after blocking this Psyshock. We're going to get that shield bait there with Aqua Tail, and then I think we just barely make it to Crunch, but at the cost of our last shield. Yes, we do. We're going to knock it out with a Crunch there. And then we're going to be up against a Toxicroak with our Alolan Raichu. So this isn't good. He's going to get off that charge mover, and we're going to faint to the ground moves. To the bombs of Toxicroak. It's a bomber, guys. It's a suicide bomber. I mean, in some scenarios, it is a suicide bomber. You want to throw it in against Bronzong, it is a suicide bomber at that point. You just go in for the knockout. So, again, we're going to open Gallade. We do like opening Gallade here. We had a favorable match. They had to switch out to Drapion there, so we're gonna be okay with mirroring. And this is where we find out his Drapion has Sludge Bomb, not Crunch. So we know our Psychic types are somewhat safe against his Drapion. Somewhat. although Infestation will still be doing super effective damage. So yeah, we force a shield there. We're going to just let ours faint. That's okay. We still have... We're going to bring in Xatu here, because we know we're going to be resisting that Infestation because we're part flying. And here Zatu's going to... We're going to fire off Ominous Winds. That's going to be doing super effective damage. Just going to get off that side shock, but that's okay. Still doing a surprising amount of damage to my health, though. And now we have 2 shields against Lucario. And we're Gallade, so we're going to easily take this match with a Leaf Blade. So yeah, that was a pretty good... that was a good battle there. I really like Drapion and Gallade in the same lineup. I don't know. I like Gallade as a confusion user, guys. Like, in my other video, I titled it Gallade one of the best confusion users. And I really do believe that. I don't know. I just really like how it's not taking super effective damage from Dark, and that it's pretty heavy. It's pretty attack heavy based, so it does annihilate anything, even with Leaf Blade. So here we have a Drapion versus Skuntank. We're gonna block this Flamethrower here and farm a bunch of energy from the Skuntank to finish that off. And this is where Drapion is going to shine. So against Gallade, we're gonna hit it off with a Crunch here. We're going to get that Crunch. We're gonna hit it with an Aqua Tail now. Force a shield, and then we're gonna charge up one more Aqua Tail. We're going to finish off that Gallade there. So as you guys saw, we just took a victim and a shield. Just because I farmed energy. Drapion is an energy farmer for sure. He's great if you are aggressively farming energy. Yeah, we're going to have Gallade be able to finish off this Drapion here any second now. Yep, and we take that game. So, GG's so far. Hello, Jimma Banks. Now, let's see here. What's going to be happening now? Yeah, we're going to just keep running the same lineup. We really like Xatu as a lead as well. I don't know. There's so many great Pokemon in this meta, I feel. Twilight, I felt a little... not so like prepared, but I'm starting to feel a lot more prepared for this than I was like a day ago. But he opens the Hound here, as we're gonna call it, the Mightyena, and now he's gonna switch into Toxicroak. So this is fine. We are locked in though, so a little worrisome, but we're gonna get a shield from that Toxicroak, and we're just fine as long as Drapion baits a shield and does some nice little chip damage. We're good. Now we're going to come in with Gallade, easily annihilate that Toxicroak, and then he switches back into the Dark Hound, the Mightyena. And now his last Pokemon is Drapion. We're going to hit this with a Leaf Blade. We're going to let our Gallade die there because we know Xatu can finish this. We're going to hit Ominous Wind, and we do get a boost, so that's pretty cool. And he has no shields left, so this is game. We're going to finish it off with an Aerial Ace and take the win there. So, yeah, I mean, Drapion is just so good at barraging your opponent with either Crunch or Aqua Tail. It's up to you. He's great at shield baiting, especially when he's super effective against something like Alolan Raichu or Hypno. You can easily drop 2 shields in one fight if you play your cards right. So this next matchup we have Xatu versus Alolan Raticate. So this isn't great for us. We're gonna gain some energy and then switch out into Drapion here. We need to block that Hyper Fang because it does do a nice chunk of damage to me. And he's gonna switch into Gallade there. So interesting switch in. We're just gonna keep firing off those Aqua Tails. We're gonna finally drop one of his shields down. And now we're going to go for Crunch, I believe. No, we're going to go for Aqua, but we do burn both shields, but that's okay because we take the win against Gallade there. And we almost had enough for Aqua onto Eradicate. And we're just fine going in Gallade here. We're going to sacrifice it and try to burn that last shield. We do get to the Leaf Blade, and do we burn the last shield? That is a question. No, we don't. So that's actually better for us, because if he did burn a shield, our Xatu would have been in trouble. So there he's going to opt to not block that Drapion. But we're in trouble because his Drapion has Sludge Bomb. And yeah, that's going to knock out Xatu there. So well played. Well played. He countered my team nicely there. I just didn't have the firepower with Xatu, and I didn't have the shields either. I could have probably played my shields better and saved one for Xatu at the end there, instead of using it on Drapion, but it's for the video, guys. I want to show what Drapion can do in all like shield scenarios. Even if it'll cost me the game, I just want to show y'all how it does. So that's a lesson to be learned there, to not go for the extra shield. We could have just finished off that Gallade with Xatu, but that's okay. Now here we have another. Oh, never mind. So yeah, guys, that finishes up the Power of Drapion video. That includes the PvP poke portion and the battles. So I hope you guys enjoyed these, and I hope you learned some stuff about Drapion and how it fares in the meta for the Nightmare Cup. And yeah, overall, I just hope this helped you, and I wish you the best of luck in your tournaments. Mine is on the 5th, so mine is coming up this Sunday. And I'm looking to win this one as well. I want to improve my ranking. I want to get top 100. I'm hungry for top 100, guys. So we're going to try to do that this weekend, and let's see how it goes. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you found this enjoyable or if it helped you in any way, shape, or form. And until next time, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.